to episode 514 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for January 31st, 2026. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's been going on, Dominic?
Well, man, it's been a week. The winter storm. We got to the winter storm. Well, I guess some people are maybe still dealing with it, like in their in the certain areas. I know this area.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't have no idea because I never left the house. So I was like, I didn't give a damn. I have
Smart.
not been in the house out the week since in a week. And my sister,
Very
when she
smart.
gone out, she didn't drive. She had to catch an Uber somewhere. Someone came and got her. So she said the roads it was fine enough, but she just didn't want to move her car out the parking lot because one time she moved it when she was shoveling and then she got stuck. So she said, "Nope, I'm not going to do it again." And
Geez.
she said, "I'll just wait."
Yeah, you also dig out a spot, you come home, and next thing you know, your spot's not there anymore.
That's really why she didn't leave or whatever.
And then you take a shovel to that person's car.
So, yeah, man. And now the South seems to be getting it now, like the southern East Coast and some areas. So, yeah, man. So winter has come, or it's here. Winter is here. That's something whatever you want to say. But anyway, like then with sports real quick. Super Bowl is here. And yeah, so I know my other podcast is not even up yet, so I'll be talking about again. I'm always behind, but still, like now it's the Patriots versus the Seahawks. Patriots had the easiest road to get here. I ain't never seen a team have it so easy in football to get to the Super Bowl. I mean, you're talking about now probably the best overall team they played against. I would say maybe was the Chargers, the first round team they played against. The Chargers, they beat them. They beat the Chargers, but then they played against the Texans. Now the defenses they played against were good. Like I think they were all top. They were definitely all top 10. I mean, I don't know what the Chargers were ranked, but I think the Chargers were top 10. The other two, Broncos and Texans, they're really good. I think they might be like top 5. So then, like they beat the Texans, but the thing is, and it's like the good narrative to try to spin is that Drake May went against like these top defenses and beat them. They don't tell you about the offenses on the other side of the ball, where that's really where the game was won. Because Drake May, honestly, was statistically, he wasn't great. These playoffs, he wasn't great. He was good enough. I mean, he did things. At the end, he did things he's supposed to do. I mean, they were able to win. He didn't do too many mistakes. He did do mistakes. But the thing is, the offenses were so bad on the other side of the ball that they didn't matter. Like the Texans, man, like they were. Stroud was horrible. The quarterback for the Texans was horrible that game. Like he played almost like the worst game of maybe his career. And like they had the best defense in the NFL. And they were still in it. That's the thing. They were still in it, even Stroud playing the worst he ever because his defense is so awesome. But unfortunately, he couldn't score and he kept turning the ball over. So they lost. And then with Broncos, their quarterback got hurt at the end of the previous game. So they're going in. Now the guy came in, he got them a touchdown on his first drive. And their defense is just holding them down. And I mean, they lost 10-7. Like, you can't ask for that. I mean, you don't like to, well, if the Broncos you do, you're okay with playing the hindsight game, saying like, hey, Drake May, man, if Bo Nix was healthy, he would have won. I mean, I hate to do that. I agree. It's like, dude, if Bo Nix is playing his game, there will be Broncos in there. Like, this team literally just held on to win, like the game. This is ridiculous. It's like man, like I mean, hey, you play the guys in front of you. We all know that. But damn, you can't tell me that ain't just some lucky ass shit. Like you playing these teams like the Chargers you had to play. You got at home, so the Chargers are coming from San Diego. Well, not San Diego anymore. from LA to there. I mean, still, I know people, we still do that thing. Like people always say, like, hey, cold weather teams and stuff like that. I never bought into that. Like, I'm always a guy who didn't buy. I don't buy into it unless you played in that cold weather place for years, because I feel like, dude, players come from different areas. Like, if the dude, he's like, this dude's from Florida, he's playing in Green Bay. That don't mean like, oh, he's used to the cold now. I mean, if he's been up in Green Bay for years, yeah. But I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use that as an excuse of like, oh, because he's been playing at this. Well, I was like, well, they don't play every day in below negative, like below 0 degrees or something, in Green Bay all the time. So just to say he's used to it more than this guy, I don't know. Like I still think, yeah, it still comes down to like the teams. So I ain't gonna never use that as an excuse to say like, well, they only won because it snowed or it this. It's like, not whatever. Now, on the other side though, in the NFC side, you had it was a good game against the Rams and the Seahawks, man. I mean, that was a great game. Seahawks came on top though. And like good for Sam Darnold. I mean, this guy came from the Jets. It looked like he was going to be dead in the war. Like, oh, he's going to be one of those quarterbacks who's just going to be going to different teams and be a backup.
Yeah.
And I mean, he did good for Minnesota Vikings. Like what, 2 losses? I think. Yeah, they got 2-loss team. They lost. That is came in second to the Lions. 2-loss or 3-loss, whatever. But they came in second to the Lions, and they lost in the first round of playoffs. And like, okay, and they felt like they would have moved on for him. Like they would use the younger quarterback or whatever. So now he goes to Seattle, and dude does it there, man. And now he's in the Super Bowl, and it's like good for him. And on paper, Seahawks should win. And the way that the freaking Patriots been playing, Seahawks should blow their asses out because they got an offense and they got a great defense.
Yeah,
that's on paper though. I'm thinking like I probably see the best game that the offensive side of like New England, like England offense will actually probably play their best game the whole playoffs in this game, and just make it a game. Because yeah, I was like, it's not going to be a blowout. I mean, as much as it probably should be, I just have a feeling it's not going to be. But we'll see. But yeah, I mean, but I'm still going to pick. I'm going to pick the Seahawks to win. Like they'll be holding out the trophy. Surprise Super Bowl. I mean, yeah, didn't see this coming, but yeah, I mean, the players been all right overall. They've been all right overall. It's been disappointing that these injuries happen, but yeah. There's been other news like coaches, like Ravens got a coach.
Yeah.
Did I mention that last week?
I think we got him last week. Yeah.
Okay. So we mentioned that last week. Other coaches happened to. I know Steelers got one. They got McCarthy, who is the ex-coach of the Dallas and the ex-coach, of course, of his best tenure in Green Bay, and he won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, and he said he's looking to work with Aaron Rodgers again. When Steelers got the news they got McCarthy as coach, they a lot of Steelers fans were not happy. They felt like, oh, we just got a white Mike Tomlin. So that's what they feel like. So. Yeah, they're not really happy with this. It's like they feel like it's more of a lateral move. It's not really an improvement. And now, from what I've seen from one podcast, I don't know if this is true, but they said that it sounds like that Mike Tomlin, this was legitimately Mike Tomlin stepping down, that they were going to let him stay there. So they didn't have a plan for another coach. Like, so... That's why they got what they got. As they say, that's what they feel like. This is why he went and picked McCarthy. Like he didn't go for no young dude. Like somebody try to chase things up. Yo went for a guy who's just been there and who has like, I mean, he's done it, but it's also like maybe he's over the hill. Who knows? But yeah,
I think Mike Tomlin just goes away then, quits coaching.
That's what it seemed like. Maybe he might just want to retire, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's got.
Yeah, because he didn't go for the interviews. He didn't go for interviews or anything.
Yeah, I haven't seen any stuff for that. So yeah,
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
maybe some kind of like correspondent job or something, but he doesn't necessarily seem
maybe.
like a guy that like wants to be out there necessarily.
Yeah, he might just be done, just like how the previous coach who was coach for the Steelers, like he could have got a job anywhere, but he stepped down actually, and it wasn't really a step down to like, oh, he had to get go though. He just stepped down, like he was done. I mean, and he just started doing those halftime shows, like they're not mean like those analysts, on CBS.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's other news, but I've been paying too much. I'm trying to think anything else happened in sports. I mean, probably a lot of shit happened in sports, but I'm just not into it because all my teams suck. So, like, if my team's not great, I just kind of fall out on the news of anything. I'm just waiting for baseball season to start to see how the O's would do. We didn't get a big time pitcher yet, so just either hoping that we get one or hoping that the guys we got turn out. We have a couple aces coming up from them. So I mean, like they actually have some great seasons. So what's going on in the wrestling world?
As of recording, today is Royal Rumble Day. That's actually going to be starting pretty soon as we're recording this because they're in Saudi Arabia. So it's starting at 2:00 Eastern time.
Great country of Saudi Arabia. The land of the free.
Yeah. Did we talk last week about how like the place that they're doing this is just like a thrown together stadium? Like it was just a parking lot like a month ago. Yeah, it's crazy.
Somebody apparently said it's a bunch of slaves. They got a bunch of slaves so fast.
Yeah, I think maybe we did talk about it last week then.
Oh no! I was just I saw a comment on that.
Okay. I remember those comments from last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically it's just like made of scaffolding, and it's kind of crazy that you can do that nowadays. And it sounds like other countries have done it before with like football matches and stuff. By football, I mean soccer.
And I'm just thinking like they will have something ready. Like they know they'd be having them come there.
Well, they've got places over there. They've held the greatest Royal Rumble over there before.
I know that they're not in the same city though, right?
They're in. Where are they? Are they in Riyadh right now?
Yeah. They're in Riyadh.
Yeah, they're in Riyadh. So they had a place in Riyadh before.
Oh, so
maybe it just wasn't big enough. This is the first time they've done one of their official like big pay-per-views over there. They've always done
that was just another
one-off type things. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
It was basically like, here's the Saudi show, and we're calling it the greatest Royal Rumble or whatever, but it's not the Royal Rumble. But this year, it's the Royal Rumble, and next year it will be WrestleMania. So they're obviously looking to pack the seats. And in a lot of ways, like I would imagine, especially for people coming from Europe, which you would get a lot of, especially for like WrestleMania, like I would imagine this is easier for them to travel to, whether they like going to Saudi Arabia or not. But like America doesn't seem like a particularly welcoming country right now either. So, that
they're okay for the white ones.
Yeah, depends on how white.
I mean, if you're not protesting,
these Italians are starting to look a little dark for everybody, I think. But yeah, I mean, it's normal Royal Rumble setup, so there's not many other matches on this card besides, especially because now you have a women's Royal Rumble match as well, right? So you have the men's, you'll have the women's, you also have Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn clinched the number one contender spot last week at Saturday night's main event. That'll be a good match. I don't know because they kind of, for the longest time, Sami Zayn wasn't going to Saudi Arabia because of his objections, seemingly. And then when he finally did, it was almost kind of like a homecoming because he is of Middle Eastern descent. So they kind of treated it as like, oh, he's returning to the Mecca, like. So that's interesting. there was a lot of speculation last year that like this year might be Sami Zayn's year, but they haven't really been building to that. So I don't see them necessarily taking the title off of Drew McIntyre this quickly. And then you have AJ Styles versus Gunther. It's it's going to be AJ Styles' career on the line. He just had a match against CM Punk for the World Championship on Raw because he was basically like, if I'm going to go out, I want to see if I can win the championship one more time. And he ended up losing because of interference from Finn Balor, which I like the idea that they're doing something with Finn Balor right now. Keeping him in the title scene against CM Punk. If they gave that as a WrestleMania match, like I would be happy about that, especially if we got Finn Balor winning there. I don't know if we would get that though. But then of course you've got guys who have been on the sideline for a very long time, but are going to show up now because it's WrestleMania season. You have Roman Reigns coming back. You have Brock Lesnar coming back, so it now is the time where, some of the guys who were closer to the top are going to get pushed back down into the mid card and kind of off these bigger shows because these part-time guys are back and looking for some time. You also have Obafemi coming up from NXT. He's going to be a big one in this Rumble match. They've announced that that's where he's going to debut here. And I think he's a guy that you give something like most eliminations for the year too. He's a big, strong dude. It'll just make him look like a killer if he comes in and does that. But as far as like the actual winners of any of these matches, I don't know. It feels kind of up in the air. And I honestly like that. It adds to the unpredictability of it all. And I do appreciate that, the last couple of years, especially with Cody winning, the previous years, because Jey Uso won last year, which was pretty surprising. I think everybody, myself included, thought it was going to be John Cena, and he ended up as one of the final two. But then they actually had Jey Uso win, and that was pretty cool because it was unexpected. And now to have this one that's kind of wide open, it should be a lot of fun as long as we don't get, a Roman Reigns or a Brock Lesnar win here, or a Cody Rhodes for that matter. I mean, I didn't mention him initially because I didn't necessarily expect, a third win for him in so many years seems excessive. And I don't think they're silly enough to go that route, but anything's possible with wrestling sometimes. And if they want Cody in one of these main events against somebody with the title, then of course they'll have him win here. So yeah, I'm excited for it. WWE's been up and down, but Royal Rumble is, one of those shows that, because of the kind of wacky nature of the matches themselves, I think is always a different and kind of unique show.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun, man. I mean, yeah, I used to like Royal Rumble, like seeing that. It's always fun to me to watch those things.
Yeah.
And yeah, and now that they do Women's Royal Rumble, like that's like different for me. I mean, I know they've been
doing it's gonna be all those poor women have to buy all new attire for Saudi Arabia, though. Like even the people that don't get used very often, all of a sudden you throw them into the Royal Rumble because you need people to fill out the match, and now they have to get full bodysuits commissioned because they can't use their standard ring gear.
Yeah, well, it's sacrilege, Daniel, and they need to cover it up. All right, but anyway,
Don't mind the nipples, Dominic. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to what we were watching. So, I don't have goddamn page. How'd I get out of here? I watch anything, Daniel?
Running Man.
Oh yes, I watched the original Running Man. I'd never seen it before.
Yeah,
and it was. I mean, it's funny. I mean, it's funny. I mean, for today's like I laugh at like how old action movies were like with the one-liners and the the spectacle of it, like them of those days, with the effects and stuff. But it was still fun to watch. I didn't see the very end, so I don't know if he won or not. So I don't know if he don't spoil it. I might go back and look at it. But yeah, it was because it was just on I forgot what station it was on. It's on one of those movie stations, and yeah, because I was like, oh yeah, there is a new Running Man on, but yeah, and then like looking at this, it's like yeah, the new Running Man don't even sound like what this one was. Like the new Running Man, isn't it like everybody gets to try to kill him or something, or
It definitely seemed like something like that, right?
yeah,
Like there
yeah, like
was
this one was
like
just like
everybody's going
he's in a
after him.
certain area, like he's certain. They have him in a certain part of the city, and they have these champions that go after him. Like that. That's what it was. It wasn't like it was just a whole bunch of like the whole city's after him or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just fun to watch. Um, I did watch the anime movie Chainsaw Man. The movie that they had. It was okay. I thought it was okay watch. It wasn't. I mean, wasn't what I thought. Like it definitely wasn't what I thought it would be. It always felt like a love story, but it seemed okay. I don't know how it was rated. I think it was rated actually. When I looked on at least Rotten Tomatoes, it was rated all right. So I guess people liked it. I'm still just waiting for what's it called to be available. The Demon Souls would come on Crunchyroll
Yeah.
or Hulu or something, man. Like they are just taking their time with that shit. And I mean, the other movie ain't coming out to what like next year, maybe something like that. So I'm like, whatever. I ain't gonna see it. I feel like I ain't gonna see the next two movies because there might not be movie theaters around. It'll be like a world like a civil war here or something here. Something else. What else? Yeah, that's it. I haven't really watched anything else. No shows. I haven't watched no Fallout yet. There's other shows. I did see. I heard on for the what's the Daredevil that Jessica Jones will be in the next Daredevil, so that's cool.
Yeah, there's a new trailer for that, for the
Yeah.
season 2 of that. And Wonder Man just came out. I need to get around to watching that
And I don't
because
know who that
it's got
is.
some pretty positive ratings.
Yeah, Wonder Man. Yeah, I just saw that, and I want to check it out. But who is Wonder Man?
I'm not really that familiar with him. I think he's like some kind of actor or something,
Oh, he
and
was
then he
another name for Luke
ends up with
Cage.
superpowers.
Because I just don't know anything about Wonder Man. Yeah, like and I mean I hope it is something good. All right, so I guess we get to what we're playing. So what you been playing, man?
Basically just dipping back into some classics. Last week after we recorded, I saw some news that there was a Banjo and Kazooie recompiled, which there was a person that had basically like broken down the code of N64 games a couple of years ago. And then that resulted in a Mario 64 port to the PC, like a native port, which means you can get higher resolutions, higher frame rates. And then you can also add mod support to it, to add things like free roam camera and stuff like that. So you can just use a C stick to operate the camera normally. And then I saw that, they did this Banjo Kazooie one. And actually, it was weird because I was just thinking about while we were recording, like, thinking about going back to Banjo Kazooie. I don't know if it was because I was playing the frog game, the big hop game, or what, but I just got it in my head that I was like, I kind of want to revisit Banjo Kazooie, and that this news just kind of fell into my lap. I was like, all right, let's figure this out. So it's actually very simple. The actual recompiled thing itself is just a thing you can get on GitHub, and that starts a program that's looking for your ROM that you dump from your cartridge, and then it just loads up and gives you all the options to do the stuff. It actually has mod support, so if you have like ROM hacks that people have made, there's one in there that you can add that's like Banjo Kazooie but running around in the world of Ocarina of Time. I haven't actually tried that out yet. But I thought that was kind of weird. But yeah, as promised, it does everything. It adds widescreen support. It gives you a free roam camera. It looks great. There's like an upgraded texture pack in there. You know, some of the pre-baked stuff, like your icons and whatnot, don't look too great because they are still, you know, pretty low resolution. But anything that's actually being like rendered, like the 3D world, is awesome. The only thing that I wish is they had some kind of fix for the draw distance, because there's still stuff that pops in like a couple of feet away from you. And if you could just like turn on that whole world and then like get up to the top of something and look down, I think that would be pretty incredible. But looks good, feels good. It's really a nice way to play one of these games. And because of that, I started getting the itch for Ocarina of Time, because we were talking about Skyward Sword last week because it was on sale on the eShop. And I was like, I haven't touched Ocarina in a long time now. Like, I have fond memories, but you know, I wonder what it's like playing it nowadays. But obviously, I want a more quality of life experience. You know, the N64 is a harsh mistress, Dominic. So I was looking into the recompiled version. Yeah. I was looking into the recompiled version of that as well, but it seems a little more complicated. I think it's called Ship of Harkinian or Harkonnen, which I think is a reference to Doom. Like that's the only place I've seen that word before, but I don't know what that would have to do with Ocarina of Time. But yeah, so I haven't gotten that set up, but I still wanted to play it, so I ended up just booting it up on the Switch. That's basically just how I remember it.
These
Obviously,
are
a
all
little bit
Nintendo
uglier.
approved games right here, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, because they aren't technically like the Banjo Kazooie thing, right? Like, it uses a ROM, which you can legally, you know, obtain by dumping your cartridge. But it's not providing any of the, you know, the infringing material per se. So that's why you can have them posted on a legitimate site like GitHub and not get taken down. That's not to say sometime in the future we won't get some sort of cease and desist. But for now, it seems like a very, you know, legitimate way to access these games. The Switch obviously is the most legitimate version, so I'm playing Zelda, you know, on the up and up, if you will, Dominic. Yeah, and very much like Banjo Kazooie, I think that game looks all right on the Switch, except for the stuff that is pre-baked, right? Like when you wake up in the house and all those like all the interiors in the Kakariko village are pre-rendered backgrounds, and they aren't like Resident Evil remake level pre-rendered backgrounds. They're,
Yeah.
you know, whatever you could stuff on an N64 cartridge back in the day, and those just look real bad. So I wish we could get like the 3DS version, even if it didn't have the like second screen features, you know, on the Switch, because you know that was a much higher resolution. The models were higher resolution as well. So visually, that is the best looking version. Although I was reading today that like some people take issue with it because it's brighter, because it kind of needed to be on a handheld system. And then they censored the blood in it, and of course, people were upset about that. Even though I think in the later versions of the 64 version, they also changed the blood from red to green when you stab Ganon in the face. So, but yeah, I just played through the first dungeon. I haven't even gotten to the boss yet. I'm right before it, I think. But the Great Deku Tree, even with the old, you know, camera and stuff, it feels relatively fine. Nintendo did a pretty good job back in those days of making sure the camera kind of stayed in the place that it needed to be, and using the shoulder button to reset it is okay when necessary. My biggest problem with playing on the Switch 2 is just the C buttons. You know, because you don't have camera control, you're using the C stick to replace those buttons, and I don't, or yeah, those buttons, and I don't love that. You know, they're also mapped to like 2 of the face buttons and 2 of the shoulder buttons, but it's kind of less intuitive, especially when you have the on-screen HUD showing you, you know, this is the direction that you would press to get the thing. So that's kind of annoying, but I would like to get the PC
get
port
that
up and
N64
running just
controller.
to see. I thought about I honestly thought about it, you know, the Switch compatible one, but I was like, I don't know that I like that controller. I don't hate that controller, but I also don't know that I love that enough to want another one around the house. I've got 2 original N64 controllers around here somewhere. I don't need a knockoff one too. Although what I'll tell you, Dominic, is the 8-bit do they came out with the N64 controller when the other company Analog released their Nintendo 64 FPGA console emulator thing. And that looks pretty good because it's like in the shape of a normal controller. So you just have the 2 hand grips, but it's still got 6 face buttons. I'm trying to think, does it have 2 sticks? Let me see. 8-bit do 64 controller. No, it doesn't. But most of those games, well, none of those games use dual sticks because they didn't have 2 sticks. So I was thinking about that, but that's $40, and I don't know that I'm going to be playing a lot of these games necessarily. You know, if I'm going back to these 64 games, there's a good chance I'm probably going to be trying to get them up and running on the PC in these new recompiled ones with their upgraded resolution and frame rate and stuff like that. So I don't know that investment is necessarily worth it. You know, N64 is just a rough generation. It's that in between where we were first getting 3D, you know, out of Nintendo, but they weren't nailing it. And then you add the cartridge issue in there as well. And it's like, okay, you don't have the load time issues of a PlayStation thing, but that can be resolved now because of the hardware that we're emulating it with. Whereas like the shortcomings of the 64 are just inherent shortcomings of the video game at that point. So there's not really much you can do there. So yeah, the 64 is not a console that I have like a ton of games that I really want to go back to that haven't in some way, shape, or form made their way elsewhere. So yeah, but I mean, Banjo-Kazooie playing that again, it's exactly how I remember it. Although I will say the levels feel a lot smaller than when I was a kid. You know, back in the day, it was like, oh wow, like how do I get around this place? Like there's so much going on, and now you're like, oh, this is like a block and a half. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I noticed that too. Like even some Super Mario 64 when I was playing. Yeah, and I was like, man, this thing felt so much bigger when years ago. But now, I guess compared to the freaking games we play, where it's like a humongous worlds and shit, I was like, darn. Yeah. So that's cool. So I finally finished Last Defense Academy.
Nice.
100 days, something. And yeah, overall, I think it's a cool concept and a cool game, and like it's a good story. I like that whole thing of having different outcomes, like different story branches, and how it all combines into the story and whatever. And it seems like you didn't really have to do all of them to really get some of the couple of true endings that there are. Like so, because there was like one branch when I finished the game, I was like, I haven't completed all the branches though, and then I saw, it was one branch I didn't complete, and I forgot what it was. It was a branch that I didn't really. It wasn't a great branch. either really, but I just went through it just to fucking complete, just to have everything done. And
Mhm.
but yeah, the story, like overall, the story is great, but it's no. I mean, there's talks of like they want to do some DLC for it, but it all depends on the sales of how the what the game does. So I don't know.
Nah.
And also, I mean, because I don't really know if there is a true ending because there are these different endings that are pretty good, like that they everybody lives, but it's like there's a lot of unanswered questions of what's going to happen. And yeah, it's just a lot of things on the table for me. It is like, okay, so I'm guess yeah, that like certain like yes, there's endings when none of your teammates die, but there are people who do die on the enemy side, and I'm thinking like based on some other these other endings, when you realize some of the stories, I'm thinking like, yo, it's almost like it's not there isn't a way to convince them like, hey, we don't need to fight this war or whatever or something like that.
Mhm.
But I think that's also one of the story elements too is that look, because this war has been going so long, it's not there's no way you can stop it. Like it seems like that there's going to
Mhm.
be someone who's going to die, and this person's going to feel this way regardless, and whatever. Even though you have a timeline where they probably understand, but then you have to get to that point to understand again, which means people have to die to get to that point that it's not worth it. Um, yeah, I mean, it goes to a lot of story elements, like deep story elements. So overall, yes, it's a good game. Now compared to like Danganronpa, some people think they like it better than either Danganronpa, well the art style is like Danganronpa. I like but the other game, the what's it, the 999 game,
Mm.
and like some people think like it better than that. I don't know yet on that. I will say the characters, the actual characters, yes, I do kind of, yeah, I probably like them more so than either Danganronpa or the 999 guys, like overall, like the whole crew. Um, and and that could really be because I've been with them so fucking long. And if they were horrible, then I would have been stopped the game because it's like, yo, I'm keep seeing these guys unless they
Yeah.
died. And, but yeah, so I think yeah, this was a cool concept. I wish the actual gameplay part, which is all right, but I wish it was built upon more on it. But I do like to let you skip it. But it's really simple. But I wish it was something a little more complicated with it with the gameplay. Like they go more in depth with it. But I know this is usually like a visual novel thing, and then that's kind of added on. But yeah, I think it's all right. So like if you're into visual novels, I think you'll like it. And the gameplay, it can be tough because it gets, but also there's a way around it if you like feel like in this one branch it's too tough to fight these enemies, you can go to another branch and then you can kind of level up strong so you can go back to that other branch and face them. But see, I cheated, so I never really had that problem. But that would be the way you do it. That would be the way you do it. Um, okay. So also, I mean, I didn't play no more Claire's Obscura. I'm just at the end. I'm gonna hopefully I'll finish it. I'm really just kind of being because I'm already know I'm at the end, so it's kind of just like God, just um kind of holding off on it. I went to playing some more Dynasty Warriors. I got past where I originally was in that game, but we're about to fight Deng Zhao. I think this like kind of really comes to the end of the Han Dynasty, and when it comes to the beginning of Three Kingdoms, because everybody's together right now, facing this guy, and this is what everybody wants to rule. So yeah, we're getting to that portion of it, but I just like the whole lead up, man. It's like, yeah, this is a big war coming, and I don't, yeah, I never know. Like this game, I never spoiled myself because I don't know where it ends because I don't know because it says origin. So I'm just thinking like, so am I? How far does it even go into the Three Kingdoms? Like, do we
Mm.
do the old Three Kingdoms or it just stops once I get close? Like, am I close to the end? I don't have no idea. Also, I mean, I got the DLC, so I'll be playing that also, so I still got a lot of game left. Um, I've been playing. I played some more Murder by Numbers. I finished the first investigation. Now I'm on the second one where someone died at the award show, and man, her husband's a dick. Ex-husband. Her ex-husband's a dick. And I also want to know what these characters are. Like, I feel like this game is foreign because the way some people talk. I mean, like, not foreign. I mean, like, it's. I don't. I mean, I don't know if it's in Australia or England. Somebody. I heard somebody say mate. So that's what I'm saying. But and I don't know what she is. Honestly, like, I don't know what ethnicity is she. Like, is she Indian, black? Like, I have no idea. Because at first I was thinking, like, maybe she's just Indian or something. Then I said, mom, and I was like, she kind of look black. And, like, but she could still be foreign black, too. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm just curious. But yeah, I like the dialogue. It's funny. I like how the mother, like, she's so old school, and like how she was talking to the dude who's like, he's obviously gay, and she was like, "Oh, this is say, I don't know how he's ever gonna. So this is why he's single and don't have a woman or something like that." Because the way he was like late for something like that, it's like, yo, dude, it's like okay, but yeah, the puzzles are fun. Like some of them take me a little longer to do, but yeah, I still get them done. Like, I don't use the hint system. But there was the one puzzle where, like, you have to actually time. It was time to do it, and I messed up a few times on that, and then I finally got it. But yeah, I was wondering, like, man, if it gets to a point that it gets to be a timed one, like those big puzzles, hell no, I ain't gonna be able to do those things on time. Yeah. So I hope it stays at a reasonable size for me to figure out. But yeah, I'm having fun with that game. I played a little bit of Donut County, and I just played up to a point where I think you put the kid in. Like, the person was like looking for their child, and then you go up, and the donut sucks up all around his house and stuff, and then they can suck him up. But yeah, it seems like that seems more of the game, that I'll play. Of that ilk, like, instead of the hottie ho, whatever it's called. But you say it's like really short.
It's pretty brief. Yeah, you can run through it pretty quickly. So like 2 to 3 hours.
I played a little bit of Helldivers. I played like a couple missions. I played with one mission with the dude who we shot some enemies and then called for the evac, and then he shot me and he got to leave. I don't know why he shot me, because I still get all the XP. I still got more XP than he did because he shot me, because you lose XP when you do team kills. And so freaking weirdos, why'd you do it? Like I don't care if I don't get on the ship or not, really, because I don't know what I miss out on, real, because all you did is go on the ship to get back. All you did was kill me, so I didn't get on the ship. And I mean, I still come back to life. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, because and then I did that shit because I want to know, like, why he shoot me. I was like, what happened? Like, what did you think I was an enemy or something? Like, why'd you shoot me at the end? Oh, of course he didn't answer. I mean, because he had answered me when I first got in the game saying sorry, and I was just thinking, like, sorry for what? This is like the beginning, but this is at the beginning of the game, so I don't know if he maybe accidentally hit one of those quick message things or whatever. But anyway, so then I played by myself and did a mission, and it was pretty simple. It was pretty easy mission, like to shoot these like radar tower things, like uplink things or whatever of the enemies, and then I went to the evac. But the controls of the game are like, it's not as simple as I wanted to be. It feels. I mean, I know if the more I play, I get used to it. But I put it like this: like games like Gears, or even like Gears. What's the the one I'm playing. The Division thing is like it doesn't take that long for me to get used to the controls. Like I could just get in, I'm playing it, I learn a little bit of it, bam, I'm into it. This, I'm always thinking. Like I'm always gotta think of like, okay, what to do. And then like the whole inputting system of bringing down like reinforcements or whatever guns and stuff. Um, it's like I just want to kind of just press one button and it comes and you just have a cooldown system. I mean, you still have a cooldown system anyway. I mean, I guess it's a little added thing. It's nice, but I don't really care for it. It's yeah, I'm not feeling this game. I'm not feeling this game like I thought I would. Like
Yeah.
I just want to go in and just shoot some shit and yeah, I can team with people, but it's not overly complicated. I mean, I guess and but and I know it's not that it's not really complicated, but it's more complicated than those other games I just mentioned. like even Destiny, I just feel like I know the controls of Destiny. Like I know it. I like you just go in and you have it. So it's okay. Like I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling like I would. I might play a little bit. I might play if the dude I know who plays it, he's on. I might play with him. Maybe I'll grab it because right now it's not really. I'm not feeling that itch of like wanting to go shoot around. It's more me feeling obligated to play because I bought this game and I'm like, let me go play and maybe I might like it this time. Because honestly, I can feel like I could go to the Division right now and just play that and get my shooter fix on. Um, so yeah, I did play some more Dispatch. I think I'm on the fourth episode or the fifth. I forget. Yeah, man, that game is. I mean, yeah, it's a cool game. I like the game aspect of the Dispatch. It's fun doing that. The story is good. Is told very well. And it's funny as hell. Like, yeah, man, I really like this game. Yeah, and I'm curious to see what happens here because it's got to a point when I had to choose. I had to choose to let someone go, and then I had to choose to hire someone. And I wonder, like, okay, like where this goes with this hiring process or whatever. And it seems like I got some love interest thing going on here. Um, but I'll see what happens with that. But yeah, man, this game is really cool. Like yeah, I didn't realize it was 8 episodes. I thought it was like five. So I was like, okay, because I was thinking like, damn, man, I'm almost done. These things are short. But then it's like 8. I said, oh, okay. Let's say now it feels like I got some more meat on there because I was about to say like I'm about to be finished already. Um, also, the last game I played was Highguard. Highguard is finally released. The multiplayer shooter that was shown off at the Keeleys and that he had shown off at the very end, and a lot of people they weren't really good responding to it because it just looked like another generic shooter and another hero shooter that hero multiplayer shooter that just like we don't need another one of these and like you saying and like this is the thing you really show off like for the ending and it's like what the heck, man. And now this game got a whole lot more hate than it probably should have. Well, it should have. And like, I mean, people are just nasty online, like with this game. And like this is before it's even been out. And also hearing the story about how this is going to be a shadow drop. And then Keeley, he saw the game, and like, I guess he's friends with one of the guys there, or whatever, like know him, and they has a relationship with them, and he said he wanted to show up at the show, and it sounds like it's like that. That sounds like a good, cool thing, but it's just like the way it's shown and what was shown and the way it's shown and what to be as the last thing you show off. You make it really big, like this is a big announcement,
and
it's
an unwinnable position.
Yeah, it's like you gotta come big if you're gonna do something like that. Like if you're gonna be in this position,
especially if you're an unknown, yeah.
And now you can say like these are the Titanfall guys. To see, but that's what it is. You're the name from what people want Titanfall 3. So telling us like, and knowing that we're not going to get Titanfall 3 for some time or maybe ever, you hearing that there's Titanfall guys working on the game, you expected something huge. Now, this would have just shadow dropped and be like, hey, these are some guys from Titanfall, they put some out and they put a little multiplayer game. It's a little different. like the reception is going to be a little different. It's not going to be, I mean, it may not, it's not going to be as visual, most likely, as it was with this. And I mean, yeah, it shouldn't be, but hey, that's the internet. And so now the game came out, and yeah, a lot of people didn't like it. They but like what I played is that it was 3 versus 3 initially, and I don't know if that could still be a mode 3 versus 3. But because I haven't gone back to it. Because as I'm talking, they just changed it to 5 versus 5. I don't even know if it's 24 hours yet, but like they changed the 5 versus 5 game. That originally it was 3 versus 3. The map seemed like it was a little big for that. What you do is you got your 2 bases that you guard. I mean, you got 2 bases. If there are 2 bases, you guard one, the enemies guard the other. So you can reinforce your base. You can collect, like you can do some like mining, which they got there in the game too. Like it's like quick three hits, or if you time it right, you do like a big hit and then you can do like another big hit and mine something else with 1 hit. To help reinforce your walls or to use to buy some equipment from like these little venue places like this guy is that has like a Furby on there too, whatever. But so you and you also like in the trailer you can ride a horse, which is easy to do. Like you just hit A twice, like you're doing a double jump, but you're on a horse. So
cool.
And then like you get to places faster, and also you have some power ups and stuff like that. And thing is, what you're trying to do is get this sword, which is it's a timer that goes like, hey, the sword will be in this location at blah 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 time. And like what you're trying to do is get there so you can get the sword, and whoever gets the sword first, if you you can take the sword to the opponent's base so you can get through the shielding. So that's one the early things you have to do. So then once you do that, whoever gets the sword gets to the opponent's base, then it turns into attack defense. So you're in defense if you got your base, attack with the sword. And then that's when you have to blow up these two. You have to blow up these 2 generators. There's actually 3 of them. There's one generator that's really hard to get though. Like if you do blow it up, you win instantly. But it's so hard to do, so most people just go for the 2. And that's what it was on the 2 matches I played. People just went for the 2. And so you do that. So and then you try to stop them. And then if you stop them from doing it before the timer, then it's over. You win, or vice versa. They get the generator blow up, they win. And like that's the match. And thing is, these maps, there's some nice size maps. They're not super huge, but they are huge that it feels like with 3 people, a little too big. So they did add 2 more people. Now then there's some people I see online saying that no, it's just chaos now with this. And I'm like, man, it was loud. Like that game is mostly negative. And with 3-on-3. That thing changed from mostly negative to mix. Like, that's damn good. Like for it to change that much, like as far as like reviews on Steam. That just tells you that look, man, people wanted the 5-on-5. You can say what you want. I mean, you can feel what you feel, man. You feel what you feel. But thing is, these guys, they made this game. Like them leaving at 3-on-3 was not helping them. It wasn't help. So yeah, maybe later on. I mean, like I said, I don't know if that's just a mode or that is they just replaced it totally.
Right.
Now they probably put it back. Maybe they put it back, and maybe they have a more tighter map or something with the 3-on-3. I don't know. But yeah, the game. I mean, what I play. I mean, I'm not. See, it's not good for me to really judge because I'm not really into multiplayers like that. But I didn't like feel like it was hard to control anything. The shooting was fine. Like everything was fine to me. Like I knew what to do. I knew what I had to do. And yeah, but like I said, I don't really play multiplayer shooters. Like I don't expect to play this anymore. And when I see I didn't like, you can't play with bots, so I was like, I don't really care. What I thought though it was going to be NPCs in the area. Like you have your own NPC soldiers, they have theirs, just like Titanfall. But it wasn't. See, that would get me to play a little bit more. I like to play Titanfall. Um, so yeah, it didn't grab me like Titanfall's multiplayer. Like it doesn't feel fun like that for me personally. But it seemed like it was fine though. When I played, like some people when they played when it was 3 versus 3, they felt like it was a lot of dead area. Like it wasn't a lot of people around like to do shooting. I didn't have that problem with the 2 matches I did. Like because people went to where the sword was. Like you go to where the sword was, so everybody was there. And then when somebody got the sword, everybody went to attack. Now, I guess you could say like because there was a time when I had the sword and I unlocked the place. Like I luckily nobody attacked me. I guess they were either too far away. I don't know, but I got to the place. Well, like one person they did attack me, but I think I shot him and then my friend he finished him off. Well, my partner or whatever. So it yeah, so it was like it seemed like, but it didn't feel like it was a whole lot of dead time of no action. Like the only time was dead time of action was us waiting for the sword to get there. But during that time, I was modding, in which I don't know how much that good that did. I mean, it might maybe last a little bit longer with extra shielding, but I still like died. But it didn't feel like I lived like much longer than I usually do without the shielding. But anyway, yeah, that's Highguard. Yeah, I mean it's free to play, so it's not a game you have to buy. Like Concord was a game you had to buy. Like that's one reason why I wouldn't call this like Concord. It's like, yeah, that was they put a paywall with that. Like, which I now in hindsight, I think that was ridiculous of Sony to like make a game like Concord. Like unless they had if they had a single player thing with Concord or something, okay, I get it. Yeah, put it for whatever the price was of it. I don't know what the price of Concord was when it came out.
I want to say it was like 40.
Okay, yeah, because I was about to say it was a full price, right? But anyway,
I don't think so.
So yeah, but to put that game out when you have games like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals and like and Valorant or whatever, like all these free to play games that the quality of the game you got, man, you gotta tell me why that's better than those and they're free. And like you gotta help us out here. Like cause that, yeah. And it sucks that you had to just cancel it. I mean, that is crazy to think about that you cancel a game like that, like in that short of time. But yeah, I mean, I hope Highguard that Highguard doesn't go through that. I mean, I wouldn't want them. I don't want no company to go through that. Because I mean, I don't know, but you know, if it's turned out to be like a bad game, people don't like it. It's a bad game, but like I said, I'm not the one to judge because I'm not really good at it. I just know that it's not for me because, like I said, it's not like it doesn't feel like Titanfall. Like so, it there's some aspects to it. It got a zip line.
It seems like you can kind of move and slide around a little bit. You know, but some of that movement tech there, but not a lot.
Other than that, yeah, I mean, it's easy to get on the horse or something, but still, it's like I don't know. I want something more than that, man. With this kind of game, it's just something grab me that way. All right, so I guess we'll take a quick break. When we get back, get to the flashback segment.
All right,
and we're back. So now we flash back into 2016. This is the last week of a flashback segment until we get to a new month. So in the last week of January of 2016, we got the release of The Witness, the game by Jonathan Blow.
Yep.
That people
your old nemesis.
Yeah. I forget. Yeah, Darren, it's been so long, I forgot why I don't like him. but I'm going to continue not liking him though, Daniel.
I think he's just generally a prick.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of the consensus. Also, did he pee in jars or something? I feel like that was a thing.
That was a thing? Well, then
I don't know. I might be making that up.
That actually makes me like him more though. So I started joking. No, but
it's relatable, just like me.
just like the aviator guy.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, he's pissing off. I mean, that's what makes me hate him. He was trying to be like him. He say, I'm just as eccentric as that guy. But yeah, the Witness, which was a great puzzle. It was like a great puzzle game. I played some of it. I mean, I think I solved like 2 puzzles. It's like 100, 650. I was close.
Very early on too.
But yeah, it's one of those games that some people even had like up there for like nominations for Game of the Year and things like that. Yeah, I got some.
Yeah.
I mean, the man made some interesting games, man. Interesting games. All right. So, what else we got? That is it, really. Yeah, for January of 2016. So then we're going back 20 years to 2006, and we're gonna get through some of this news that came out there on January 26, 2006. Nintendo announces its newly redesigned handheld, the Nintendo DS Lite. That's the one I got.
Yep.
The new model is lighter, smaller, has configurable brightness and features a improved user interface. And yep, that's why I was like, yeah, I get this one. It actually looks cool. I was like, man, this looks really nice.
It was slick. The first DS was rough.
The ugly one that Daniel had showed me. That scared me. It scared me when you showed me that thing. But no, yeah. So I was like, yeah, and I got that. I got the new Super Mario Brothers. Like, yeah, that was like that's the first one that they started realizing, like, yeah, we can just go cheap and do just 2D Mario games now. So I was like,
yeah.
It's like I ain't gonna say it's cheap. They still like they were 3D, still 3D, but they were just in 2D way, and they were good though. They weren't like cheap. There was like, I mean, I'm just joking. Like, there's actually were creative. They're very creative still games. But yeah, and I had fun with that. I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. Like playing that Mario game, and then I borrowed, I think, like some of your Game Boy Advance games. Because I think at the same time he got the DS Lite, and then we were getting. I think we got some DS. We got some Game Boy Advance games at GameStop, like used ones. So I remember I got the Zelda, the Four Swords, and I got Final Fantasy Tactics because I didn't have it. I never had a Game Boy Advance. I just had a Game Boy, and I stuck with that Game Boy. I didn't go to Game Boy Color. I said nope. No color for me. It's all about staying with the black and white, Daniel. I was like, look, I'm being It's like I'm not going to color like you people. Like I'm not being. I am. I was a hipster, Daniel. I was like a hipster Game Boy guy. But but yeah. So that was my first like going like really generation in with the handheld. Like I never. Yeah, that was really the first time I really went up with the handheld. So, but yeah, that thing was cool because I did play a lot of it. I think as far as handhelds go, I played that probably the most of all the handhelds I ever played. Not counting the Switch now. But yeah, that counted Switch. That was part. Yeah, that was the most. All right. What else we got here? We got the Los Angeles Attorney's Office sues Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive over the hot coffee bod. They were mad because they said it was not easy to see it. They wanted to see that the sex game, and it said like they did not like that. They hid it. It said it should be seen by everybody. but
more
no,
for the people, Dominic.
But no, they sued them for having it in the game, even though it was easy to access. But if you did the workaround like that person did, you can have it. So it's technically in the game. And since they do the ERSB ratings and You didn't tell those people about it. That was like all the lawsuits about. Who? So did they win the lawsuit? The Los Angeles attorneys they won.
You know
They
what?
won,
That's a
right?
good question. I mean, they did end up having to, sell a different version of that,
Yeah,
So I wonder if that was a win or some kind of settlement.
yeah. I wonder. Yeah, they had to sell a culture version. It was yeah. But yeah, so that was like big news. Even though that sex game was not as good as I thought it was led to believe that
Everybody
it
was
was.
clothed.
Yeah, I should. And now
Just
I want to do a lawsuit to say it like this is a lie. All right. What else we got here? On January 31st, Sony is reportedly building the Xbox Live killer for the PS3. Now this is 2006.
They discovered
Actually,
online, Dominic.
this is early 2006 with this is before PS3 is even out.
Yeah.
So like this is them, yeah. So people was like, oh, like they got something to compete with Xbox Live. Um it would be a lot of years later when that has happened.
It competed in some ways. It competed in the fact that it was still free on the PS3, right?
And that was it though. But it was free, but also
Quality definitely wasn't there.
it made it like, yeah, like you were buying quality over the what this PS3 was free. Like the quality of what Xbox Live gave and what they did, it was like that. It made it worth it. You didn't feel like, oh man, I'm getting shortchanged here. I mean, yeah, you're getting fucked, but you weren't getting fucked that bad. It was lubed.
Not like nowadays.
So yeah, now it's raw, no condom, and possible diseases. But yeah, so that was really all Sony had. But it takes time because they had to figure out the internet. Because they were kind of like Nintendo, but they worked through it though. While Nintendo was still trying to figure it out, they were still doing dial up. All right, so that's like
effectively, yeah.
yeah. But like Sony, yeah, it will be. I don't know what year it was, but really, it was like after they got hacked, and then they finally did like the PS Plus stuff. And that was like, hey, if you pay for it, you get these games free a month. You get new games free a month that they have, whatever. And it was still free though, but it was still free if you didn't want to do the PS Plus. It wasn't until, like you said, PS4 came. But they had to, yeah. Sony had to because like Xbox Live was doing great, man. I mean, it had a lot of features. There for it. Initially, I mean, Xbox Live Arcade was just like the whole setup was just great.
Yeah,
and interface,
and them supporting indies.
Yeah, and the interface honestly is still Sony's weak link, even to me today. Like now, I will say this: Xbox has gotten worse. They haven't gotten better. So, like they were actually better early on, but they haven't really improved. They actually, overall, I think they gotten worse as far as their interface. But it's still, to me, better than Sony's. Like, Sony, I don't know what's the deal, like, why they can't figure it out, but whatever. All right. So, what else we have here? Oh, also on January 31st, we have CNET has reports that the Cisco Systems might be interested in buying Nintendo. I guess they're still working that deal out to this day.
It's just funny to think about now because, like, I don't think Cisco is in a position nowadays to, like, even threaten that idea,
Yeah.
I know they're still doing a lot of enterprise stuff that doesn't necessarily affect me, but yeah, just that idea seems shocking.
All right, and also, now we get to some games like that came out in 2006. Onimusha Dawn of Dreams, man. This is apparently the 6th release in the Onimusha series. I'm thinking there was maybe Was there a DS game? Because I feel like they're not all PS2 games. Because I know the three, and there was like almost like a fighting game, not like fighting game as in like Street Fighter, but kind of reminds me of a Power Stone-ish kind of thing with that name. I don't know, and I don't know when that came out, but whatever. Like I feel like those games
Oh yeah, they
were
did do that weird, Power Stone like
yeah.
fighting
So
thing.
because for this to be the sixth at this time, I was like, I don't remember. All I know was 1, 2, and 3. And I think they did like something for the either PSP or DS. Wasn't there a game for DS with Onimusha in it? Or give me a
That
minute.
sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like something was there. But anyway, Dawn of Dreams is the was one of the newer games, and it actually got rated pretty well, like better than I like because I remembered. I mean, I remembered this box art. Like I just totally forgot. It's like one of those forgotten gems that, like, because when I hear people talk about Onimusha, I don't hear about this one at all, and it I'm trying to pull it up. Uh, get the like, what's this game? It was about Onimusha Dawn of Dreams. Here we go, Wikipedia. All right, so yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, this is the 20th anniversary for Japan, and it comes to the U.S. until March. The gameplay was still seemed like it was still similar. Utilizes the complete 3D rendition of its environment rather than the pre-rendered backdrops. Okay, so they use pre-rendered. In addition, the player was now able to control the camera for most of the game. Oh, so yeah, it was still like Resident Evil, when you play that game.
Yeah.
At least in
Could
the
render
yeah,
backwards and
so
all that.
yeah, like the camera was fixed. Well, I was saying like the fixed camera, like you couldn't like move it or anything. The player primarily controls a swordsman named Soki, who retains the abilities of the previous Onimusha War heroes, such as magical skills and the ability to absorb the demon's souls upon defeating them. The demon soul allow the player to increase his power. Yeah, blah blah blah. That was just like the bird game. Let's see what the plot is. The game takes place 15 years after the defeat of Nobunaga Oda at the end of Onimusha 3 Demon Siege. Nobunaga's former vassal Tokuchiro Kanishita takes the name of Hideyoshi Toyotomi as he unites Japan and brings an end to the Sengoku period. But the peace comes to an end when the Omen star appears in the sky. Several natural disasters occur as Hideyoshi sends his armies to attack the mainland of Asia and Gemma resurface. Hideyoshi, like his master before him, uses the Gemma. Okay. All right, it's a lot of shit happens. All right, so because I'm reading and I'm not even retaining none of this information. They so yeah, so it does take place after that game. And thing is, that game actually went to the future. So I'm assuming it's 15 years after where you were in the past, and like from that time period, not 15 years from when it was like current time France.
Yeah.
So yeah, because Darren, I don't know, remember nothing about the story of Onimusha, and I played all three of those games and beat them. Like I couldn't tell you, I forgot you sucked up souls. Like that's how much I like remember of that damn game. Yeah, like by the time this game came out, like I was kind of moved on. Like I was like, I'm okay. Like, look, man, I played that crazy France game. I said I'm okay with like going back here. But this got rated 81 on Metacritic, so yeah, it was fine. But though it did underperform, though it said upon release according to Capcom. So yeah, they did not like that. It said, despite the poor popularity, Donna received positive critical response from the game publications. IGN commented that the enemies in the game are not so smart and that some puzzles can be tedious, but praised the combat and challenge as fantastic. The GameSpot praised the quality of voice acting of the game. So yeah, I mean, I think they still they did a good job. It's just that the popularity of the game was kind of waning, and people were kind of moving forward to a new next generation. Like this is one of those games that was like on PS3 or something. I think maybe. but it's kind of going on the PS2 as it's kind of waning. Like people they want more. Yeah. So, all right. So that's it for 2006, and then we go back 30 years, 1996, and we got Duke Nukem 3D came out.
Yeah.
So you can talk about this because Duke Nukem for me, like I missed the boat on this. Like I always seen it. It looked like it was kind of cool, but I just never played it.
Yeah, for me, this is a formative game. This is essentially my Doom. I played Doom probably around this time, but this is before I had a computer. A friend of mine up the court had a computer, and I don't know why we were allowed to play this game, because I don't know that we were of the age that should have been. But it was awesome. Obviously first person shooter 3D, but then you add the like kind of adult elements of like, oh, I'm saving strippers and stuff like that. It was
you were saving
very
strippers in this game too? Oh
yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I mean, strippers ain't love too. Damn. I mean, they're still human. They need to be saved.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's why it's important.
As long as they're not male strippers, they're male strippers. You let them die.
This also, Doom didn't really have like looking up and down. This did. Now, I don't remember if this had mouse look up and down. We weren't doing that at the time. We were still using arrow keys to move. So it'd be like page up and page down to look up and down, which nowadays you think about it as just archaic. Yeah, and then you could also do multiplayer over like LAN and stuff. And I think eventually when I got a computer, we tried to do that a couple of times and it never really worked because, we were using probably like 28.8 modems at that time. We weren't even on 56K yet. But the idea that we could do that.
You could do that video, like I seen that commercial, the video of that guy on like that. What is those things called when you're the lube or something like? It's like bobsledding, but it's on a regular street.
Luge,
yeah. I always see that. It was a commercial that always showed someone ride a luge with a 56K modem. I always see that. I remember that commercial. It was always someone like doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, this was a formative one. I remember like we used to be able to go to like a Best Buy and get a disc that was effectively just like homemade or community made maps. Like I got Duke It Out in DC, which was an expansion pack for this, and it was basically just like a collection of not all that great community made levels, as well as I think there was some original content from the development team. But it was just like, it's such a weird time. That was also when you had the bigger cardboard boxes for PC games too. Yeah, man, just it doesn't, I've tried to go back a couple of times now. I think I even own it on the Switch, and it didn't hold my attention really, like, something like the classics I was talking about earlier that I was playing. But there will always be a nostalgic place in my heart for Duke Nukem 3D. And it's kind of funny, nothing before that really. I've played the side scrolling ones a little bit and they're kind of fun. That came out before this, and then everything after this was pretty much absolute trash. So it was never like a series that I had that much affinity for. It was really just a singular game. And at this point, I don't know. I think there's a way to make a Duke Nukem game in 2026 and beyond. But you very much have to go like the Shadow Warrior route and kind of be in on the joke and make fun of the protagonist a little bit. And also it has to evolve. I mean, the Shadow Warrior protagonist wasn't exactly.
I mean, Running Man, like, there's not really. He doesn't do really anything sexist, really. Him. So you have to be. Yeah, it has to be a way like you're laughing at it, like you're laughing at it because it could be like an '80s kind of thing, like an '80s action movie, or '90s in this case. But it's like, yeah, like you said, you're kind of laughing at it or something like that. But it's you could do like a game that's good action and stuff, but the story is like it's a funny joke and something like that. But Duke Nukem Forever is still like one of the top games though. Tom.
Of course.
I think they did a good job.
If you're willing to believe it, I'm willing to believe it.
All right, man. So that is it for the flashback segment. So we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. Let's get to the gaming news. What we got, man?
All right, Dominic, first up, there's a new trailer that came out a couple of days ago for Scott Pilgrim EX. It's coming out March 3rd. Now, I kind of forgot that they were doing a brand new Scott Pilgrim game. I remember when it was announced, but I kind of forgot that this was happening, and I'm glad to see it still is. It looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, because it's Ubisoft, right?
You know what? I don't know who it is anymore. I want to say it's like Tribute, because those they make very similar games. If it's not Pilgrim EX, yeah, it is. Tribute Games is the one developing it. They're also the ones that made Shredder's Revenge and Flintlock and most recently the Marvel Cosmic Invasion game. So yeah.
So I wonder if this is going to. So this is going to feel different than the other Scott Pilgrim. It's going to feel better.
I hope so. I hope I hope it feels a little easier, a little less stiff. You know, they've definitely learned a lot of things over the past couple of games, and hopefully they will take that to heart and do that. But yeah, those guys have been killing it lately, so I'm absolutely excited about that. I know I keep getting a thing popping up on YouTube about a Power Rangers game in the vein of this, but it doesn't seem like it's something they're working on. Okay, it did. It
was horrible.
Turbo Rewind? Rita's Rewind?
Yeah.
And that was okay, right? That wasn't
it was bad. It was bad.
It was bad? Oh, okay. Yeah,
that's what the internet told me. Yeah,
if that was the case.
Oh well, Steam has 6 out of 10. Let me see. Darn, I don't see the Metacritic. Don't put the Metacritic up here, you bastards. What game before I give it?
It's got a
7.75
on. Okay, yeah, it's got a mixed on Steam.
Yeah, that's not good then, Daniel. Mixed is not good. It needs to be positive.
Yeah, so it'd be nice if they could maybe get their hands on this thing.
Positive, like most of those little like sex games they be having up there. I've been seeing everybody give them. It'd be always overly positive. For them.
This person's review is Megazord battles are mid as hell. Refund. But yeah, it'd be cool to see them get like a property like that. Yeah, that's kind of one of the other ones that I can think of from my. You know what, Dominic? I don't want them to get Power Rangers. I want them to get Beetleborgs.
Beetleborgs. It was Daniel. You just gotta accept it. It was like the only good thing was that like Joker looking guy with the big
Elvis nose. Clown,
like the Jewish Joker. Daniel. He was the only good thing.
I don't know. Those costumes look pretty fly, though.
It was so weird because okay, I want to know the Beetleborgs themselves, was that a Japanese thing? And like the American part, they added the monsters and the house, because I'm like, it was so out there from what the Beetleborgs were.
Yeah.
Like these games like scare up heroes, but then they go into a house full of monsters that live there. And like monsters from Universal Studios. It didn't make any fucking sense. Just,
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it definitely was very like, why are these two things almost diametrically opposed? Yeah.
yeah, like that could have been like his own little show. Like, why are they together? Like, yeah, it was weird.
All right, Dominic. Let's see.
Vampire, mummy. It's a vampire mummy, a werewolf, and whoever the Jewish Joker was supposed to be. Like,
It
what the
sounds
hell?
like you're really coming around on this, Dominic. I'm thinking you're kind of into this. I'm just saying.
I mean,
You're saying all positive points here.
You're not playing as them in the game. You're gonna be playing as the Beetleborgs, though.
Yeah, but you see them, at least from this gameplay that I'm watching. This gameplay that I'm watching is just a video of Ghost Jay Leno or whatever here.
Yeah,
and
that's exactly.
you're doing
Yeah,
like
he doesn't like Jay Leno. Yeah,
you're doing like timing things. Oh no, you got turned into a hamster or something.
Flabber. His name
He
was
looks,
Flabber.
yeah. That man looks like a caricature of Jay Leno. The big chin, huge nose, pompadour hair. Mixed with what's the dude that used to play piano?
Yeah, he does look exactly like Jay Leno.
Yeah. So, all right, Dominic. Next up, Ubisoft. We talked a little bit about them last week, canceling a whole bunch of stuff. Apparently, the voice actor for Farah in the Prince of Persia remake found out that the game was canceled at the same time as all of the rest of us. That's not surprising, but at the same time is very shitty. Like, it sucks, like, to know that the work you did is not going to be viewed by anyone. I would assume she still gets paid, and I can't imagine she would have gotten any royalties out of it. So at least there's that. But yeah, that's one less credit that you can put on your resume.
Wait a minute, pop voice actor finds out the game was canceled. Wait a minute, I thought it was. They said it's still committed. I'm confused. Dad. Start over again.
No, I'm talking about Prince of Persia, the Prince of Persia remake that we talked about last week.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're still committed to Beyond Good and Evil too, Dominic, for some ungodly reason.
That doesn't. That you say that. Why did you just finish Prince of? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it could have come out. I mean, I don't know what's going on with it. But
it would have just had to been bad, right? Like, they just didn't figure it out, so they had to we're not wasting our time with this anymore. Same thing they should have did with Metroid. I'm kidding.
The Beyond Good and Evil,
but also,
it's like what is done with this? Like, what is this game now? I also know, like,
there's absolutely nothing done with it. That's the crazy thing, is that game does not exist in any form whatsoever. They need to stop. Is what's his name still working on it from Third Rock? Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Does he still have to attend the meetings with Yves Gumon every couple of months? Go, yep, we're still not getting any help from the community. Sorry, Yves. All right, Dominic. Speaking of games that are going on too long, Grand Theft Auto 6. There is now speculation coming out that there may not be a physical version of this game because the channels that would be having those discussions right now with the game coming out this year are not having those discussions. And I believe there's also some internal talk rumors that came out that basically said, like, they want to do a digital only release because of something like leaks and whatnot. So they want to be able to control when their story comes out, I guess. This is the first like gigantic game that we're getting that is pushing us into the all digital. Obviously, I think for us, we've already kind of committed to that, so it's not that big a deal to us. But what do you think there?
I almost felt like that, man. I was going to say that because I was thinking. Well, I said the online. I said it will be online only.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it was close.
It's effectively the same thing.
Yeah, you know, it's the same thing. Yeah, put that in. We don't. Our podcast isn't officially out yet. So we can change it and say
There's
like
just going to be a change in tone and quality of audio, and you're just going to be like, it's digital only. Like, oh yeah. We'll hold a mug of beer up to your face so you can choose which Super Bowl team's going to win.
But yeah, thing is, I can see that. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I actually not surprised by this, honestly.
Yeah.
That game ain't gonna fit no disc.
I think that, well, jeez. I think the more surprising thing is going to be when it's digital only, but it is also like $120, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be like the double slap in the face. It's like digital games should be cheaper. You're not producing a physical good and having to ship it around the world. And they're like, nope, this is a quadruple A product. And here you go. If you want to play it, you got to cough up the bucks. All right, Dominic. Next up, Dispatch. I'm glad I did not wait for the Switch version of Dispatch to release because the Switch version of Dispatch is censored.
Oh,
it's
the
nudity
Jesus version.
Has been censored. What's that?
It's the Christian version. It
is the Christian version, yes. Yeah, so and Nintendo has put out a statement since all of this kind of started going around and basically said, like, Nintendo is not the one that censors your video games. So leave us alone. A lot of the speculation is that despite the fact that, you know, the game got rated over here when it released on the PC and whatever, PS4 is what it was out on originally, I believe.
PS4 was it on PS5?
PS5, yeah. Sorry. What generation am I in? You know, it got rated just fine and went through. And a game like Cyberpunk has, you know, nudity in it on the Switch. So obviously there's something there. But the speculation is basically the company that makes Dispatch, you know, around the world, there are different standards as to what you can release and what you can't. And maybe they didn't have the ability to have the resources to make several different versions of the game for the Switch for the different regions of the world to get past their stuff.
So, like,
they just made
like
one.
I don't see no tits or penis. Like,
correct.
What does it do? Does it blur it out, or what does it do?
They already had a mode in there for like streamers that would just put a black bar over it. So I would imagine that that's just basically a hard luck option in there.
They should do what they do on the riff tracks on Twitch.
On Twitch,
they have like a gorilla holding balloons over where like like when they shows like a naked person.
Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, it's not one of those things where I'm like, oh, they're censoring our games, but I think that stuff, especially in the first episode, kind of sets the tone and tenor of what the game is.
Yeah.
And I think it does add to it. What's that?
And slap a dick in your face, man.
Exactly. You know, it's a game that's here to do that. So I think it really does add kind of to the tone and tenor of the game, and to not have the option to turn it on or off, I think it kind of sucks. I also saw some mention of some dialogue stuff being changed, but I didn't see specific examples of that yet, so I don't want to speak to that too much. But that's unfortunate if that's the case, and especially if it's up to the fact that they just didn't have enough resources at that point. If you're one of these console holders, especially if you see kind of a backlash against that stuff, you need to jump in there and help them out, you know, whether it be with money or like development, easement, what have you, to get this stuff onto your console in the way that people want to play it.
Yeah.
You know, because this is a game that I could very much see selling well on the Switch too, much like a lot of the indie games on the Switch 1. But to now have this kind of swirling around that it's kind of an inferior version, I think that's going to turn people off, myself included. Obviously, I had already bought the Steam version, but if I hadn't bought either version to this point, I would have bought the Steam version after reading this.
Yeah. Bring back the penis.
Exactly. What is this? Not an HBO TV show? Come on. All right, Dominic. And then the last one I got here, there was a Tomodachi direct this week.
You watched
I didn't watch it. I didn't.
My goodness.
I have no interest in that series whatsoever.
I mean, immediately.
So what I was reading, because we were talking about like the difference between this and Animal Crossing. Apparently, Animal Crossing is more of a Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley, whereas Tomodachi Life is more of a Sims.
Oh yeah, so city life versus rural life.
Yeah, doing work and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it really feels like, it's more about the play in Tomodachi Life, whereas like it's more about the resource gathering.
Yeah, you can't be gay in Animal Crossing, I don't think.
Right? Are there even genders in Animal Crossing when you think about it?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Well, hey, no genders means no gay. But I'm saying, like Tomodachi Life, yeah, it's a very liberal life. That's what.
Well, now it is. Yeah, not previously.
Well, previously it wasn't. Yeah. Now, yeah. Well, yeah, that's good. That they added that, or I guess bad if that stopped us from getting the game, which I'd just be weird. Like you were, like you play that game and that would stop you. But well, that's cool that they added that to the game. Because I mean, that's what it says. It's just because it's supposed to be something like you build life. I mean, it don't have to be you, but you controlling somebody probably that relates to you or something like that. So yeah, you should be able to just make a person like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right. Yeah. So we had that this week already. We also had a Super Mario Galaxy 2 direct.
But Tomodachi Life though when's that coming out?
Very soon, actually.
And is that Switch 2 exclusive?
Tomodachi Life. No, actually, I believe it was originally announced as a Switch 1 game.
Okay.
I would assume at this point in its lifespan, they would have to make some sort of Tomodachi Life Nintendo Switch 2 edition, whether it just be, a kind of an upgraded visuals, a resolution bump, or an actual like full thing. It's coming out April 16th. Yes, the Christian edition. Yeah, it's coming out April 16th. So, yeah. It is 6.2 gigs for both the Switch and the Switch 2, allegedly, which makes me think that, it's probably not something that is getting a Switch 2 version per se, but they got to bump up that resolution at the very least. Or maybe they don't. I mean, it's Tomodachi Life after all. So they had that. They also had a direct last Sunday for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Just a new trailer showing off Yoshi. That first one was more about Rosalina being in the movie. And now they're showing Yoshi because he was kind of the teaser at the end of the last movie. Looks like he's just going to kind of join the group as a pal and maybe be kind of a contentious ally with Toad. I think that dynamic will be funny, but I don't know that I expect much out of this movie after that first one. It definitely looks like they're kind of following the same tone. Popular songs thrown.
Is it the same writers?
Mario visuals. That's a good question. I don't know. Let's see. Super Mario Bros. Movie writers. Matthew Fogel, it looks like. And let's see. Is he also doing...
Yeah, he is. He was in Super Mario Brothers Galaxy. Yeah. Screenwriter.
All right.
So he's the AI. He's an AI writer. Like he writes like somebody had AI. Like it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. I'm sorry. Like you can do better, Matthew Fogel.
Well, maybe he can. Maybe that's the problem, right? So we'll see.
You know what? Maybe you're right. I'm looking at his like bio here. Like okay, did he write for that too? Director, because it shows Metafoga movies as Lego Movie 2, which was bad compared to Lego Movie 1.
Right.
He wrote for Minions: Rise of Gru. I don't think that. That's not like when that wasn't really the high.
I mean, is that just the original Minions movie, or was that like a follow up to the Minions movie?
I think that's the follow up.
Okay. I didn't remember.
So he did all the bad ones.
Two of those movies.
He did all the bad ones of it, like the other movies.
Big Mamas, Like Father, Like Son.
He even did a bad one for Big Mamas. Oh my goodness! Like he does. They got a whole. Why did they get this writer? They don't. You couldn't get the writer for the original Minions to do it, or the original Lego movie,
or the original Gru or whatever movie.
Or the original Big Mama's
House? I like Despicable Me. These are the original. What is that writer up to nowadays? I wonder.
Man, like that now I see it's like okay, fine. Yeah, whatever, man. Like who do you know? That's what it comes down to. Who the fuck you know? The Lego Movie writer and directed by duo Phil Lord and Christopher Miller.
Yeah, which I mean they're the Spider-Man guys. They've done basically everything that's good in the animated world recently.
Damn. So they can't. Oh yeah, let's not try to get these guys to do one of the biggest video game franchise character ever. Let's go get Fogel. Let's go. This is where we're going cheap at.
Get Fogel off the bench.
Yeah, we're going to go cheap with the writing because what the fuck? I hate Hollywood.
Oh man, I was going to ask you just because I saw an ad. Have you seen anything about The Rip, that movie with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck on Netflix? But it's just corrupt cop stuff, I think. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Oh,
yeah.
A comedy duo about bad cops.
No,
not a comedy.
Yeah, but apparently it's got 6.8 on stars out of IMDb, so maybe not great.
But Rotten Tomatoes got 79%. So what does that mean? Is that
okay.
like?
I mean, still not great, but not bad.
64. Well, 60. Well, actually, yeah, that's 79%. But look at the customer. I said the customer. the audience, 64%, which is around what probably kind of like the score of your IMDb.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all boys.
Yeah, and I think IMDb is like exclusively related to people that watch the movie. It's not critic stuff. So
it's not critics. No, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm just saying, but yeah, but it could be a lot of people who are just like anti-Hollywood and they like. I don't like those guys. I don't like Matt Damon and Affleck. But I don't know.
You're right. It's Jimmy Kimmel that's writing all the reviews for this. He doesn't like Matt Damon.
I mean, I'll check it out. I mean, it's just sad that we're at the point where they're just doing Netflix exclusive. I mean, I say sad. I mean, if it's good, it's good. But that's me. That's on me. I just have I just think if something's made exclusive for Netflix, I don't think is as good as something that's gone to the theaters. That's just me.
Well, I think they built that reputation themselves, right? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Even when they bring in Martin Scorsese, it ends up being a 20-hour long thing that's
and then when like even Leonardo DiCaprio, was in a movie and like him and whatchamacallit.
Jennifer
I still haven't seen that movie.
Yeah. I think that movie's all right, but it's also not going for this is a movie with those two. It kind of reminds me of like a not quite a Judd Apatow movie, but like something in that vein. It's not necessarily taking itself that seriously.
Names in that movie, Daniel.
That's what they're trying to do, is sell you on the names, because like, yeah, nobody really makes big budget comedies anymore. So they're like, how do we get people?
So why the writing can't be just cut? Like, darn.
Because the AI hasn't gotten there yet, Dominic. That's why.
Because AI hasn't gotten.
We stopped trying a long time ago, and now the AI hasn't caught up yet. We need to feed more Judd Apatow movies and The Godfather into the AI, and less.
If I type in
Shrek
ChatGPT, like, hey, write me a good script for, like, Smash. I mean, I said Smash Brothers. Yeah, write me a good script for Smash Brothers movie. Like, what did you say? No, we can't do it because of the.
Because those are licensed properties or something.
Yeah. I wonder what.
Oh no, that's a good question.
Yeah, I'm just too. I'm too lazy to even do that. No, all right. So, all
right. So with that said, we got all that stuff, but this coming week we might be getting another Nintendo Direct. That is going to probably be a partner showcase, which means we're probably going to see games like Elden Ring. Maybe Resident Evil. We've been getting some previews for Resident Evil. There was an event that they had press come to and play a little bit of with Leon, I think specifically. People are positive about that. That's coming out even sooner than your Tamagotchi life. So we'll see how that turns out. But then also there's, of course, Dust Bloods, that exclusive from Soft game. I think a lot of people are excited about the potential that would show up here. Me, I'm probably more excited about whatever like indie thing they might get, if they get anything there. But because Resident Evil, if I get that, I'm going to get that somewhere else. I'm not going to play it on the Switch, even if it is a pretty solid version of that game. And then I have no interest.
I hope they censor that too, like, or they have like a special mode where it's like no jump scares.
The blood's green. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to a big Nintendo Direct. There's been a lot of talk about, like, they usually have one in February where they kind of lay out whatever they're going to do in the year. We talked last week about like what the speculation is, or what my kind of hopes and predictions are. And these are some big anniversary years for them. And I hope
update for Kirby. Yeah, they did an update for Kirby. Air Riders.
Which one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that guy who's still not working is still working, which just makes me think that I should have just said I was going to say it down then, because I ain't going to believe it until he's dead. He's making another Smash Brothers, and it's going to be announced this year.
He's definitely making another Smash Brothers. I think he said on the last one that like he was working on it so hard he didn't get the opportunity to like train anybody else to make one, and that's not going to be acceptable. So he's making at least another one to kind of hand over the reins.
Here's the thing with that, which begs me to tell me I wish I knew how game development work, or at least how it works in Japan. So
you could be the next Smash Brothers guy.
No, because for him to say not train anyone, I'm thinking like, you're the only one working on this? Like what is what the fuck? What the fuck you mean?
He's the only one making the big decisions, Dominic. You gotta teach people what the direction of Smash Brothers should be.
Oh my fucking god! I'm sorry. It's weird how they do it. Because I feel like anybody else working on it should be able to at least go up to leadership role to that point.
I think, I mean, there's definitely a middleman there, or a group of middlemen that are below him that should absolutely be able to do that, right? But I think in a lot of ways, video games, at least from the outside looking in, are so compartmentalized. You have your art department, you have your tech department, you have your audio design, and there's got to be somebody that puts all that together, that meets them all up. But I think there is a lot of, I do the art, I'm not necessarily going to transition from that to the production side or what have you. So there's not like this kind of linear, well, if you're not going to do this career for the rest of your life, so you're going to take a management job and then you're going to, step into this role and then you're going to step into this role. And next thing you know, you could be leading Mario or whatever. I just don't know
But
if that's
basically,
actually
they kept
the
people
case.
from doing it. They kept people from getting there.
Well, there's definitely that
That's
too.
what it is.
There's definitely politics. So. All right, Dominic, is there anything that you would want to see out of a partner showcase for the Switch 2? You've got one now. What games would you want to see come into the Switch 2 besides obviously Nintendo games?
Games what I want to see. Diablo 4. Like I'm surprised that hasn't been announced yet. For maybe that'll be announced now.
I would definitely like to see some Microsoft games in general. Yeah, absolutely. I think 007 has been mentioned. That's not a Microsoft game, but that's an IO game.
Yeah.
For some reason, I associate it with the Microsoft brand, probably because we just saw it at a thing for them. But yeah.
Seeing I mean, see, a lot of games I want to see. It's that I just would rather play on PC because I want to cheat.
Yeah.
But like I'm trying to think, like because Diablo, but that's an online game, so that's cool. Like some of the hey, Ubisoft is doing something with Division. Maybe Division announced Division 3 or show off Division 3. It can run on the Switch because I would like to play that handheld. Also, not just in front of a big screen. Or they what else is there? You know what? Overwatch, that is on Switch, right?
Overwatch on Switch? That's a good question. I don't think so. Yes, it is. Overwatch 2 on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, how is it? I don't
think I ever realized
Switch
that.
2? How does it run on the Switch 2? I wonder.
Switch 2 compatibility says that it's supported. Game behavior is consistent with the Nintendo Switch, so it probably runs fine. Looks not great.
Wait, you don't
want Nintendo's official statement from them? Cut to Reddit being like, it's absolute trash.
Okay, so like, I'm trying to think what other like multiplayer game go there.
This person on Reddit says, obviously it's a compromised version. It runs at 30 frames per second. There's better ways to play it. That said, if you want to chill and play for fun, it's perfectly fine and not really that bad compared to other consoles. Saving grace is the gyro controls. Overwatch may have some of the best gyro aiming controls on Switch and has a ton of customization features with good settings. It's actually a lot.
Forza 6 will be announced for the Switch, but I don't think it's
yeah. Now we're talking. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Microsoft titles I would like to see. I've already played it, but even something like, Keeper, I think would be cool to see show up on there and maybe give it another shot at people playing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can really think of.
And South of Midnight, I think that would be a really good game. Have they already announced that for the Switch, though? Or was it just PlayStation that I'm thinking of? Midnight Switch 2. Okay, it is coming in spring of 2026. So they have already announced that. So Yeah, I think that's another one that could maybe get
How
some
about Death Stranding?
rejuvenation.
Death
Coming
Stranding
to the
2, I mean,
Switch,
like
I
maybe
I could
people.
see that.
Yeah. I don't care for, but I see people can like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Claire Obscure. I'm actually
Claire
surprised. Like,
Obscure. Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
I don't know if that's here, but that's got to be a lock. That's another one of those things where like I say Nintendo needs to help some of these developers, right? Like especially a Claire Obscure developer, you're getting a game that's game of the year and they're a smaller development team. You know, you got to put some resources in it to get that game on your console as soon as possible while the striking while the iron's hot effectively, you know, while the discourse is still big around it. Get in there and make sure that a good solid version of that game is on your device. Absolutely. So yeah, that would actually be very cool if they showed up there with it. You know, here's a game of the year edition. It's got the DLC that's coming out with it, and it'll be out, you know, around the time that the DLC comes out or whatever.
yeah.
So
It'd be
there
cool.
you
They
go.
announced Gears, Gears. At least
The
what's the one,
remake.
the remake? Yeah, for it. So
Yeah, that would be.
hey,
Yeah, that would be cool. Actually, that's so wild to think that we're living in a year where you could see Gears of War running on a Nintendo console.
I mean,
Yeah,
since they're
slash.
bringing out the new Halo, I wonder why they just like not putting out the Halo Master Chief Collection on the PlayStation or whatever.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that is because they have that new one coming out. They don't want to kind of let burn
Yeah,
people out on the old
I
one.
guess they want to say like, hey, this is the start. This is the start on it.
Yeah, because even then you could release that collection after that game comes out. Say, here's the thing that has multiplayer in it, since that other one theoretically doesn't. So, yeah. All right, Dom, did you see any other news before we get into new releases?
Wait a minute. Yeah, there was something. Excuse me. Hold on. Um, trying to think. What
Oh,
was?
while we're on the topic of Nintendo, there was a picture posted by Walmart of an advertisement for the Nintendo Switch Online stuff that included Metroid Prime 2 Echoes and Pikmin.
Oh,
And
okay.
Nintendo has apparently come out and said, like, oh no, that's false. But like part of me wonders if they're just like, yeah, it's false now because those games aren't on the thing, but they're absolutely coming. Because like, are we just never going to get those games now, kind of out of spite, because they're like, well, we can't prove that leak was real. That would
Yeah.
just be so, because
Yeah.
they're in control of that narrative now. Like they can decide whether that leak, quote unquote, was real or not.
Exactly.
Because like
Yeah.
who's at the Walmart? Who's at the Walmart, advertisement firm that's like, I'm going to add games onto this that aren't actually supposed to be on here.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I don't think that's happening. So,
Yeah, because
uh,
I would just be at Half Life 3.
yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, there was a news on something. Damn, and I was trying to wait till you
There's
finish.
There's also Blizzard. They announced that they're doing 4 showcases over the next 2 weeks for World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and Diablo. So there you go. There's your opportunity to announce Overwatch on the Switch 2 as well as Hearthstone on the Switch 2. I think that would be very smart of them. And
Yeah,
Diablo. Yeah, there's your opportunity to also get
yeah,
Diablo. And World of
yeah.
Warcraft. Shoot, throw that on there too. Why not? It's not on any other consoles, but throw it on the Switch too.
It's never been on the console. Uh, yeah, there was
Exclusive to Switch too.
shit. I'm trying to remember. Maybe it's on Game Informer. Maybe the news. It was
Apparently, it's also Rayman's 30th anniversary. So, like, come on, Ubisoft, get your shit together so we can see something cool from Rayman.
nah, man. It's on the tip of my tongue. Since Nintendo announces Virtual Boy Classics for Switch,
Yeah, there were
unreleased
2
games.
that apparently were unreleased that they're gonna be coming out with.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool, I guess. Damn. I'm trying to remember, where did I see it? Maybe it was on.
Oh, Dominic, 10 years after Mighty Number 9, Kenji Infune's studio concept has officially dissolved. Thank God.
Oh
No,
man,
that man,
you
but
said-
Mighty Number 9 was not it.
Sorry. Well, yeah.
That was the original disappointment game.
The God of War TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Because they
I
announced
saw
some
some
more
like
actors
official
for it.
casting stuff. Yeah.
And I'm a little disappointed that they're doing what happened recently. I was hoping that they go with the Greek mythology and they are staying with the Norse. So I guess it's going to be a bunch of flashbacks, or I just like they're going to talk about, oh, he used to be the god of war for the Greeks or something like that. Because, like, yeah, the regular people are not going to know that. They just,
Right.
I mean, like, yeah. So I guess that's how they're going to do it. It's just going to be in flashbacks of that. Which,
Yeah, because I guess you do have to actually give that context. Yeah, because he's no longer a god of war. He's just kind of an old guy dad in this new series. I never really thought about that because we've had that context for so long now. But yeah, someone else coming into the show.
So yeah,
isn't gonna really.
I'm a little disappointed that I kind of wish they would do that, because I kind of want the angry motherfucker right now. But yeah. So, but whatever. I mean, I guess I hope it's good. I honestly don't care, because I never trust these things. I don't. Like, it's like, Fallout turned out to be good. The first season turned out to be good, so I am happy for that.
Yeah, I haven't really heard either way about season 2, and I haven't gotten a chance to get through it yet. So,
but I'm also, and it's just this is Amazon, but I'm not that kind of person to be like, well, they were good this time, so hey, I got high hopes for this. No, I'm still gonna think you suck, because that's what y'all do to me. That's what y'all did to me. But I remember as a young kid going to see Tomb Raider and Final Fantasy came out the same summer. Both those fuckers sucked. I hated both of them. I was like, God. I said, Darn, you spend all this money on this, on this animation square, and I'm like, this is Final Fantasy? It's like, what the fuck is this? It's like, what am I looking at? I kind of want to see that movie again now. Because I haven't watched that movie again since it came out in theaters.
Yeah. That's funny.
All I can remember was that Ross from Frasier spoke for one of the characters. That's literally all I can remember. Like, as far as like the actors are in there.
Yeah. That's funny.
All right. Yeah, that was the news. Yeah, that was it. It was the God of War.
All right.
Oh yeah, the casting. I mean, we could. I don't mind going through it, but I feel like I saw the dwarf.
Both of those characters are being played by little people.
But he looks like
one of them is the guy you see everywhere.
Yeah,
not Peter Dinklage.
Not Peter Dinklage, and not Wait a minute. That isn't yeah. Wait a minute. He's the one. He was on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Darn, man. So they couldn't get the one from the Ewok,
or the one 61 years old. Oh, Willow, the guy.
Yeah, Willow could get Willow in there. Darn, man, he couldn't get the part, man. He got to do it. He has to do a show where he's trying to get that part, and he couldn't get it because like that little show he had on HBO or Stars or something he had. I forgot what it was called. Yeah, I forgot what the show was
It's
called.
really
Like,
sad looking at these guys' movies and going, oh, look at all these Santa movies. I wonder why they're always in the Christmas movies. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's why.
oh, because they played probably Santa Claus, right?
Oh, well, obviously. Yeah,
They're probably the kids' fathers in those movies.
It's funny because, like, in those games, they are littler than Kratos, but I never really like thought of them as little people. I just thought of them as, I mean, they're dwarves, right?
They're not people at all.
Jesus, stop.
Oh, no, I'm talking about in that world. They're not humans. They're their own,
Yeah.
they're their own species,
Correct.
yo.
Yeah. Right.
No, I don't think. I don't
consider them people. I mean, jeez, it's rough.
Forget what it was.
Wait a second, Dominic. Is this who I think it is?
What?
Ryan Hurst. Hold on. I gotta find it here. Where is it? Saving Private Ryan. Remember the Titans. Jerry. Oh.
I mean, he was in the game. I mean, he was Thor in the game, right?
Yeah. He was Thor in the game, and he was on Sons of Anarchy apparently, but he was also in Remember the Titans.
Sons of Anarchy. I remember him. Yeah, he was the guy's best friend.
Okay, yeah, that's the guy that I was thinking of.
Yeah, he was his best friend.
He was the racist one that turned out to be less racist once he realized.
Actually, I didn't know he was racist.
The true meaning of sportsmanship. What's
that?
Oh,
you talking about Remember the Titans? Oh,
yeah, Remember the Titans.
Oh! I was about to say, I was like,
oh. It's Sons of Anarchy. They're bikers. They're all racist, Dominic.
Yeah, they are so racist. Yeah, but they weren't. The young ones were.
Yes, the liberal bikers. All right. Yeah, that should be interesting. I'm definitely interested to see how that show ends up. Because obviously they've got the money behind it. They've got a property that I think they understand they need to invest the correct amount of money the same way, Fallout and also, Last of Us. It's still coming. Sony still has some level of creative control over this, I would imagine. So they're not just going to let them, shit a brick necessarily. But I guess we'll find out.
All right. So yeah, that's it for me, man.
All right, new releases. First up, Dominic, I'm going to do this in reverse order as I have them listed here. Front Mission 3 Remake. That's out now on the PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. It looked like people were very much not happy about that game. I saw a lot of comments about how it looks worse now than it did on the PS2 or PlayStation original. I can't remember now. But basically they said, instead of using like AI to up-res the textures or something like that, they just kind of used AI on everything. And as a result, it's just kind of a mess. Code Vein 2, that's now out on PC.
I heard
PS5,
this was worse than
the
first one. Like the
really?
First one actually was decent reviews, and yeah, Game Informer gave it a low score.
That's rough. Now, where will I get?
Yeah, they gave it a 5.5. They gave it a 5.5.
Action-y from. Ooh, wow! Look at them being spicy. Got a 6 on IGN also. So yeah.
Yeah. That's sad because people like the first one, and yeah.
Code Vein. All right. We also have Karen that is out on PC and PS5. That is the mountain climbing game where your limbs go all weak when you run out of stamina. I played the demo of that. Seemed pretty cool. I'd like to see how that is reviewing. This is another game, like throw that on the Nintendo Switch. I think you could do some good numbers there. And let's see, Metacritic. It currently has an 84 on Metacritic. So Yeah, looking pretty all right. That's based on 25 critic scores. Now, it does have a 6.7 user score. I wonder what's going on there. I can't help but wonder if there's some bad take reviews there, if you know what I mean, Dominic. You're playing as a lady. People aren't happy about that. She's not attractive enough. The internet is kind of lame. So
yeah.
Can't help but wonder if there's some of that going on. But
what game is this again?
Karen.
Oh, Karen. Oh,
the mountain climbing one.
I didn't really look at her face. I mean, what?
She's all bundled up, Dominic. That's not good enough. Not good enough for these people.
Okay.
Should be climbing in a sling bikini. We'll see all the angles.
But she's so ambidextrous. You see how you can move those legs up there, man?
Exactly.
Like,
people should be more open to this, Dominic. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Dominic Dispatch. We mentioned it earlier, but that's now out on the Switch and the Switch 2. If you're okay with the censorship of it, then you can get it now. And Highguard, which you mentioned earlier, that's now out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. This is a game that if it's successful, they need to get a Switch version out. But if it's not going to be successful, maybe don't waste your time. I did download it, following you saying they updated it with 5v5. I'll give it a try and report back next time we record.
Yeah, I played 20 matches.
20 matches.
You got to play for 2 hours, Daniel, apparently, to get the good feel of if you like the game or not.
I'm going to lock myself in this room tonight and just play match after match of Overguard or High Watch or whatever we got here.
Donkey had a video of him playing.
Oh, yeah, of course he did. He's got to. That just makes sense. I have to check that out. I'll check it out after I watch because, I don't want it to spoil my opinion on the game. Obviously,
yeah,
could very much color my opinion one way or the other. And I don't want him being too positive on it and then me thinking it's shitty. But I can't go against Donkey. What am I doing here? So, all right, Dominic. Unless you got anything else, we'll wrap this bad boy up.
Nah, I'm good, man.
All right. Thank you guys as always for listening. You check us out on Twitter. Dominic is at DStalwart5. I'm at Regulus MB. The podcast is at SupaPod, SUPAPOD. We've also got Bluesky at superpod.com, at regulusmb.sky.social, and at DinoMan at DominicStallworth.bluesky.social. We've also got a website. You can check us out there. It has all of our previous podcasts, as well as links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, YouTube Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Audible. And until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later.
All right, see you.